Okay, Bismillah, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasul Kareem, wa ala alihi ashabi ajma'in. Now, this is going to be the second part of the surah. We already talked about the intro about Prophet Yusuf al-Islam and how the surah is different, how the story of the Prophet Yusuf al-Islam, why it was revealed. All of that we already talked about in the intro of Prophet Yusuf al-Islam. Now, let's get on with scene 1. But before we do that, I think we have some questions. Go ahead, Salahuddin.
Abuji, is there actually a surah called Surah Ibrahim?
Boys?
Surah Musa?
Is there a story called Surah Ibrahim?
Yes.
Yes. Is there a surah called Surah Musa?
No.
Is there a surah called Surah Muhammad?
Yes.
Is there a surah called Surah Isa?
No.
How about Surah Nuh?
Yes.
So
Oh,
it
yeah,
could be,
Surah Nuh.
yeah, but again, there could be other surahs where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Prophet Nuh. There's other surahs where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about surah about Prophet Ibrahim, but doesn't mean that Ibrahim alayhi salam won't be mentioned somewhere else. But Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam is mentioned in Surah Yusuf. There's no other story in about anybody else in the story of Yusuf, in Surah Yusuf. Okay, so Mikael, did you have any questions?
Oh yes. Do you know how you talk about those 3 dreams? Like there's like dreams.
Yes.
The prophets. Was one of them like wasn't you know?
I already mentioned all those 3 in the intro.
Yeah, I know, but like I thought that, like wasn't this part of them like? How do you know when I think Prophet Yunus or Yusuf or one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah. What is it called? Do you know how he's in jail and like he said one of you would be pressing one?
That's Prophet Yusuf, yes.
Yes.
But he didn't see a dream. It was others who saw this. So we'll get to that. It's coming in this story.
I have a
Okay?
question. One more question.
No. So now let's talk about scene 1. Father and son, okay? Behind closed doors, okay? There's nobody around. They're having a conversation, okay? So as fathers, we need to ask ourselves, those who are watching this, that okay, do we have that relationship with our sons or our daughters that they can openly come and share their thoughts with us, right? Sometimes, like I know that my sons might not be comfortable to talk about whatever they want to talk about, their emotions or anything, around other people or other siblings or mom. So we should always have these one-on-ones, right? Maybe you're going for a drive, take one of the kids with you, and at that moment they can complain, they can talk about whatever they're feeling. So in this case, father and son. Who's the father now?
Yaqub.
Prophet Yaqub. Who's the mother? We don't know. Okay? Nowhere it actually really mentions about Prophet Yaqub's wife. Okay? So in this case, we don't know, right? But it doesn't matter. Maybe we don't need to know in order for our guidance. Right now, this is a father and son special moment, okay? So he said to his father, like we already talked about the dream, that I've seen 11 stars, sun and a moon, prostrating to me. And you can see in that language, he was kind of like stuttering, like it's something just weird, it's something that's not normal, but I saw that dream, and they were like, and then he went to his dad and he said it as he said, Ya abati, like, oh dear father, right? Like we can't even have those words in English, but it was like very respectful. You can say Ya abi, like oh my dad, but when you say abati, it's like another extra level of respect. So he gives that respect to his dad, tells him his dream, and shows a little bit of hesitation in that dream. He has this conversation with his dad that they're prostrating to me. Now remember, this is not such father giving a lecture to son, but son is talking to the father. So now when he talks about 11 stars, sun and the moon, now what's it called? This order of stars, sun, and the moon, it's a little odd. Okay, it's a strange sequence. He's showing that he knows that they are not really stars, sun, and the moon. And he says it twice, like seriously, Dad, I saw it, right? Raitu, I saw them prostrating to me. So there's this hesitation, and he knows that I don't think these are stars, sun, and the moon. It could be something else, right? But I don't mean to sound disrespectful. So he gives like Ya abati, right? Now, what do you think his dad says?
He's a prophet.
One thing you gotta see is like, let's say you hear about sun and the star and the moon like bowing down to you. How would you feel?
feel like I'm special or something.
You will feel you're special, right? In this case, Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, out of his humbleness, he doesn't feel comfortable. He's like, like he doesn't want to be center of attention. But in this case, he is, right? So that also shows that we should not be seeking attention. And Prophet Yusuf, already at a very young age, is taught that you don't want to be center of attention. Like these big, huge, giant, things such as star and sun and moon are bowing down to you. Maybe not out of worship, even if it's out of respect. This is something that he's feeling uncomfortable. He doesn't want to be a center of attention. He doesn't want to be the special one, that he's in the middle and everybody's bowing down to him, right? He's feeling uncomfortable about it, and he's telling his dad about it. Now, the father's response. What do you think he said? He said, and Yaqub alayhi salam said, don't tell this story to your brothers. Okay? Why? Now, Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam was very protective of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay? He's very protective and he loves him. And he knows that his other brothers, who were not from the same mother, okay? Most of them were not from the same mother. So they might...
Adopted?
Yeah, no, they were like from another mother.
Oh, yeah.
Prophet Yaqub could have multiple wives, so they were like stepbrothers, right? So they could be from another another mother. So they're stepbrothers, they're not, so they might have some jealousy. And he already knows them. This also shows that a father knows his sons. He knows all of them, right? They might be good or bad, but he knows that these people, if they find out about this dream, they might plan something against Yusuf alayhi salam. So he's telling Yusuf alayhi salam not to tell your dream to your brothers, right? I'm not saying they're bad people or anything. He doesn't say anything bad about them, but he just says don't tell them, right? Maybe they'll plan something that could hurt you. So be careful, okay? Okay. So now let's talk about another scene. Okay, so now here's the father and son scene. Now, these brothers didn't like Yusuf alayhi salam, right? So now they're talking amongst each other and they're saying,
So they found out?
No, they didn't find out, but still they just don't like, and they're just like, they had this jealousy. They're like, why does our dad love our brother so much, right? Yusuf and his brother. Who was the other brother? Do you guys know what his name is?
Yes.
No. Benjamin.
Is that English name?
Yeah.
That's the English name. So
Oh,
what's the Arabic name?
Benjamin.
Benjamin. And Yusuf's English is?
Jacob.
That's Yaqub.
I know. Yusuf is...
Do we know?
Just take Y and change it with J. What do you get?
Yusuf.
Yusuf. Okay, so kind of change it a little bit.
Joseph.
Job.
Joseph, man.
Joseph.
Yusuf, Job, Jacob. Right? Joseph, right. So Yusuf is... Yes, okay.
Calm down.
Alright, so Yusuf alayhi salam is Joseph. His brother Benjamin is Benjamin. Now his brothers are talking and they're like, we're stronger. How can our dad love, Yusuf and his brother so much, more than us? So the brothers of Yusuf wanted to kill Yusuf out of jealousy. Right? They're like, let's plot something against him and let's just get rid of him,
Only
right?
Yusuf or also Benjamin?
Huh?
Only
No,
Yusuf?
just Yusuf for now. So they're like, just because he loves Yusuf a little more than them, they wanted to kill him. This is how so imagine, Prophet Yaqub already know that, they don't like my son Yusuf, but then he's like, if he tells them about this dream that makes him even more special, center of attention, they're definitely going to kill him.
How many children does he have?
So he had 12, right? So you have Benjamin, Yusuf, and then other brothers as well, okay? So, and then, or they're like, or cast him in another land, and then we will become righteous. So let's do something bad, let's kill him, or let's just get rid of him, and then we'll become good people, okay? But right now, we want our dad's love. We want our dad to love us more than Yusuf alayhi salam. So let's see what happens, how their planning goes. We'll stop right here, and we'll talk about the planning of the brothers and how it goes. What did they decide to do? This is Malik Bhai. Inshallah, we'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.